Dear spectators of the human tragedy, in this dimly lit world, shadows dance like phantoms on the walls, whispering secrets of what once was. I stand here, a mere silhouette against the backdrop of a life once vibrant, now suffocated by the weight of absence. The air is thick with the echo of laughter that has long since faded, a cruel reminder of a power that once held sway over me. It's a twisted irony, isn't it? To be left in the dark, haunted by the very memories that should have brought light. There was a time when their presence was everything, a force that shaped my very being. They wore their power like a crown, casting long shadows that stretched far beyond their reach. They believed themselves invincible, untouchable. But power is a fickle mistress, isn't it? One moment, it elevates you to the heavens, the next, it plunges you into the abyss. And now, that absence looms over me like a storm cloud, heavy and oppressive, a specter that refuses to dissipate. This void has morphed into a haunting specter, lingering in every corner of my existence. It whispers in the silence, taunting me with the choices they made, choices that sealed my fate. I can almost hear their voice, a mocking echo of what could have been. You are nothing without me. But they are wrong. This absence, this ghost that haunts my every step, has become my companion, my muse. It fuels the fire within, igniting a darkness that I now embrace. The emotional impact of this shadow is profound, etching itself into the very fabric of my psyche. I walk a tightrope between despair and defiance, each step a dance with my demons. The weight of their absence pulls me down, yet it also lifts me up, transforming pain into something palpable, something powerful. It is a strange duality, this emptiness that gnaws at my soul even as it strengthens my resolve. Loneliness wraps around me like a shroud, a constant reminder of the life I once had and the dreams that now lie shattered at my feet. I wander through the remnants of what was, a ghost in my own story. The echoes of laughter and warmth have been replaced by the chilling silence of solitude. I am left to confront my own reflection, a fractured image of who I could have been, should have been, if only they had chosen differently. This internal conflict rages within me, a battle between the desire for connection and the comfort of solitude. I find myself drawn to the darkness, where the pain becomes a familiar friend, a source of twisted strength. Memories swirl around me like a tempest, intensifying my feelings of isolation. They are both a curse and a blessing, reminders of the life I lost, yet also the fuel that drives my journey forward. In this state of haunting absence, I find clarity. The darkness reveals the truth, the power dynamics that once ensnared me are now my playground. I am not just a victim of their choices, I am the architect of my own fate. I will not cower in the shadows of their absence. Instead, I will rise, shaped by this pain, molded by the very absence that sought to consume me. And so I stand here, in this dimly lit world, no longer afraid of the specter that haunts my every step. I embrace it, for it has become a part of me, a dark reminder of the strength that can be found in despair. The absence may linger, but it also ignites a fire within, a fire that will guide me through the darkness, towards the justice that time will reveal. Choices, those fragile threads we weave in the fabric of our lives, hold the power to shape destinies. The powerful figure who cast their shadow over me made decisions with the arrogance of a god, believing their ambition could conquer all. Each choice was a pebble dropped into a still pond, creating ripples that would eventually drown me in despair. They climbed to heights untouched, but with every step, they forged chains that bound not just themselves, but others, chains that now rattle with the echoes of their pride. Pride, that intoxicating elixir, can blind even the most astute. It fueled their ascent, igniting a fire of ambition that consumed everything in its path. They looked down from their throne, dismissing the screams of those caught in the crossfire of their insatiable hunger for power. What they saw as mere collateral damage, I felt as a dagger to the heart. Their choices were a symphony of destruction, each note a reminder that my existence was secondary to their grand design. In their eyes, I was but a pawn, a tool to be used and discarded. Consequences, however, are relentless. Like a storm that gathers on the horizon, they loom large, waiting for the moment to unleash their fury. The chain reaction set into motion by their decisions has left me standing amidst the ruins of my former self. Each link in that chain tugs at my soul, a constant reminder of the weight of their actions. I feel the tug of despair, pulling me into the void, where hope flickers like a dying candle. Isolation wraps around me, a suffocating embrace that forces me to confront the aftermath of their choices. In the shadows, despair begins to blossom, its roots digging deep into the soil of my mind. I am haunted by the initial signs of this isolation, the creeping realization that I am alone in a world where I once had a place. The laughter that once surrounded me has faded, replaced by an empty echo that mocks my existence. I search for connection, yet the very thought of reaching out feels like a betrayal to the pain that now defines me. This solitude is a double-edged sword, comforting in its familiarity, yet crushing in its weight. Every moment spent in this solitude is a reminder of shattered dreams, once vibrant and alive, now reduced to mere ghosts of what could have been. The visions of a brighter future that once danced in my mind have been eclipsed by the stark reality of loss. I stand before a mirror of my past, reflecting a figure stripped of hope, molded by the choices of another. In this reflection, I see not only the remnants of my dreams but the seeds of a new ambition, one born of darkness and pain. The internal conflict rages on, a tempest within my soul. I ponder the choice between embracing this solitude or clawing my way out into the world, risking further rejection. Yet as I grapple with this decision, I find solace in the understanding that this darkness is not my enemy, it is my ally. It whispers truths that the light would never reveal. In the silence of my despair, I discover a twisted strength, but resilience forged in the fires of betrayal. Memories swirl around me, sharp and biting, like shards of glass. They cut deep, reminding me of the life I once knew, but they also ignite a rage that fuels my journey. Each memory is a reminder of the power dynamics I now seek to dismantle. The absence of their presence has left a void, but in that void, I find the courage to reclaim my narrative. No longer will I be defined by their choices. Instead, I will carve a path through the darkness, guided by the lessons learned in their absence. As I stand here, I embrace the shadows that cling to me. They are not merely reminders of my sorrow, they are the catalysts of my evolution. The choices made by that powerful figure may have shaped my past, but they do not dictate my future. With each breath, I draw strength from this darkness, preparing to confront the world that once cast me aside. Time may reveal the true depth of their choices, but I will rise, transformed and empowered, ready to wield the shadows as a weapon against the specter of their ambition. Loneliness, a cruel companion, wraps itself around me like a tattered cloak, heavy with the weight of unspoken words and lost connections. In the dim light of my existence, shadows stretch and dance, whispering secrets of the past that echo through the hollow chambers of my heart. Here, in this desolate expanse, I confront the abyss where dreams once flourished, now reduced to mere remnants scattered like ashes in the wind. Each heartbeat is a reminder of the laughter that no longer fills the air, replaced by the haunting silence of solitude. The once vibrant tapestry of my ambitions lies in tatters, frayed at the edges by the relentless march of time. I recall the dreams I nurtured, bright and full of promise, now suffocated under the weight of betrayal and neglect. Like petals stripped from a flower, they drift away, leaving only thorns in their wake. The vision of a future painted in hues of hope has faded to a monochrome existence, where each day blurs into the next, a cycle of endless gray. As I navigate this labyrinth of isolation, I grapple with the duality of my existence. Solitude offers a twisted comfort, a familiar embrace that shields me from the sting of rejection. Yet, with each passing day, it becomes a prison, its walls closing in, suffocating the spark that once ignited my spirit. I stand at a precipice, torn between the desire to reach out and the instinct to retreat deeper into the shadows. This internal battle weighs heavily on my soul, a constant reminder of the choices that led me here. Memories surge like a tide, crashing against the shores of my consciousness, each wave a reminder of what I have lost. Faces of those who once stood by my side flicker in and out of focus, their laughter now a distant echo. In their absence, I am left to confront the truth of my solitude, a truth that gnaws at my insides, a relentless hunger for connection that remains unfulfilled. Yet these memories are not merely chains, they are also fuel. They ignite a fire within, a burning rage that propels me forward, demanding that I reclaim what was taken from me. In this darkness, I discover the strength hidden beneath my sorrow. The shadows that cling to me are not merely specters of despair, they are the teachers of resilience. I begin to understand that embracing my solitude does not equate to surrender. Instead, it becomes a crucible, forging a new identity from the ashes of the past. I learn to wield my pain like a weapon, transforming it into a catalyst for growth, a twisted irony that empowerment can spring from suffering. The specter of loneliness whispers truths that the light would never dare to reveal. In the quiet moments, I confront the reality of my existence, the stark realization that I am both the architect of my isolation and the potential liberator of my own soul. I am not simply a victim of circumstance, I am the master of my fate, a dark night rising from the depths of despair. Each step I take through this shadowy landscape becomes a testament to my defiance, a rebellion against the powers that sought to diminish me. As I embrace this solitude, I find clarity amidst the chaos. The absence of their presence, once a gaping wound, now becomes a source of strength. I am reshaped by the very darkness that threatened to consume me, and in this alchemy of pain, I discover an unyielding resolve. I will no longer be defined by the dreams that were shattered, nor will I allow the echoes of my past to dictate my future. In the hollow of my heart, the seeds of new ambition take root, nourished by the bitterness of betrayal. No longer will I cower in the shadows, I will rise, embracing the darkness as both a shield and a sword. The solitude that once threatened to crush me becomes my sanctuary, a place where I can forge my destiny anew, unbound by the choices of others. In this space, I am free to write my own narrative, a tale of resilience, power, and the haunting beauty of a darkness that reveals the strength within. The absence lingers like a thick fog, wrapping itself around me, suffocating yet familiar. In the silence of my solitude, I hear it, the echo of moments lost, the whispers of what could have been, clawing at the corners of my mind. Each heartbeat becomes a drumroll for the memories that refuse to fade, relentless reminders of paths untaken and opportunities squandered. It is in these shadows that I feel the true weight of their absence, a heavy cloak that drags me deeper into the abyss. Specific moments flash before me, sharp and vivid, like shards of glass catching the light. A time when laughter rang through the air, now replaced by the suffocating quiet that wraps around me like a noose. I remember standing at the precipice of my own dreams, only to watch them crumble like sandcastles before an unforgetting tide. The absence of their guiding hand has left me adrift, a ship without a sail, lost in a sea of regret. These are the moments that haunt me, each one a ghost that taunts my every step. The specter of absence knows no mercy. It whispers in the dead of night, reminding me of the chances I let slip through my fingers, the dreams that lay shattered at my feet. It mocks my attempts to drown it out with distractions, cluttered nights filled with the hollow thrill of reckless pursuits, each escapade more futile than the last. I run, I scream, yet the echoes persist, clawing at the fabric of my sanity, demanding acknowledgement. Ignoring the past only deepens the void, like pouring salt on an open wound, and still, I persist, caught in this twisted dance with despair. Yet, in this darkened theater of my mind, I begin to realize something profound. The echoes that haunt me are not merely a reminder of what I've lost. They are a beacon, guiding me through the labyrinthine corridors of my existence. Each whisper carries a lesson, each moment a testament to the choices that have shaped me. I come to understand that this haunting presence can be both my tormentor and my teacher, revealing the depths of my resilience. In the depths of despair, I find a flicker of clarity. Each echo is a call to arms, urging me to confront the shadows of my past rather than flee from them. I refuse to be a prisoner of regret. Instead, I will harness this pain, wielding it like a blade. The darkness that once threatened to consume me transforms into a crucible, forging a new identity from the ashes of my former self. I embrace the specter, letting it intertwine with my being, for in this acceptance lies my strength. This haunting presence, this echo of absence, becomes a part of my narrative, a dark chapter woven into the fabric of my story. I am not merely a victim of circumstance, I am the architect of my own resurrection. Each step I take through the shadows is a declaration of defiance, a refusal to be defined by those who have wronged me. I will not let the echoes of the past dictate my future. Instead, I will rise, emboldened by the very emptiness that sought to drag me down. In this journey through darkness, I discover the beauty of resilience. The shadows that cling to me no longer feel like chains, but rather a tapestry of lessons learned, each thread a reminder of my capacity to endure. I will not shy away from the specter of absence. I will embrace it, allowing it to guide me toward a future forged in strength and purpose. The haunting echoes become a symphony of empowerment, a reminder that from the depths of despair, I can carve a path toward justice and reclaim the narrative that was stolen from me. In the heart of darkness, I find a twisted beauty, a resilience born from despair. The shadows that once threatened to engulf me now serve as my forge, shaping the strength that rises from the ashes of what was lost. Each stroke of pain I endure becomes a mark of defiance, a reminder that I am still here, still fighting. The absence that haunts me has transformed into a crucible, where my spirit is tempered and my resolve solidified. Pain, a relentless companion, whispers secrets only the broken understand. It speaks of the choices made in the name of ambition, the pride that blinds, and the power that corrupts. I see it now, the folly of those who wield authority without regard for the souls beneath them. They danced on the graves of their own making, and I, the one left to pick up the pieces, am left with nothing but the bitter taste of their hubris. Yet, in this broken landscape, I discover a twisted motivation. The very wounds they inflicted become the fuel for my fire. Each misstep, each betrayal, echoes through the corridors of my mind, serving as a constant reminder of the stakes involved. I wear my scars like medals, a testament to the battles fought and the wars yet to come. The isolation I once feared now becomes my sanctuary, a place where I can reflect and grow. I embrace the darkness that surrounds me, for it is within these shadows that I find clarity. The absence of their influence no longer feels like a void, it is a space ripe for my reclamation. Despair, often seen as a weakness, morphs into a catalyst, a force that propels me forward. It challenges me to confront the remnants of my past, to sift through the rubble of shattered dreams and lost ambitions. I dive deeper into the abyss, unearthing the truths I had buried. In this process, I realize that strength is not the absence of pain, but the ability to rise despite it. I will not shy away from the struggles that lie ahead. Instead, I will wield them as weapons, carving my own destiny from the chaos. The haunting echoes of my solitude become a symphony of empowerment. Each note resonates with the lessons learned, transforming my anguish into purpose. I am no longer just a victim of circumstance, I am the author of my own resurgence. The darkness that once consumed me now serves as a backdrop against which I craft my narrative. I am not merely surviving, I am thriving, driven by a desire to reclaim the power that was stripped away. As I navigate through this tumultuous sea of emotions, I embrace the complexities of my existence. The very essence of my being is intertwined with the shadows that cling to me. They do not define me, they refine me. I emerge from the depths, not as a broken remnant of my former self, but as a force to be reckoned with. The pain is no longer a burden, it is the foundation upon which I build my empire. In the end, I stand tall, a testament to the power of resilience. The absence that once haunted my steps is now a distant echo, replaced by the roar of my newfound strength. I carry the weight of my experiences like armor, each scar a story, each wound a reminder of the battles fought. The darkness, once a source of despair, is now my greatest ally, guiding me through the intricate dance of vengeance and justice. From the shadows, I rise, fueled by the very despair that sought to bind me. I will not be silenced, I will not be forgotten. The world may have cast me aside, but I will carve my name into history, leaving a mark that cannot be erased. The journey through darkness has revealed the truth. It is in the depths of despair that we find our true power, our unyielding spirit. The haunting echoes of my past will guide me, and from this darkness, I shall emerge victorious. In the aftermath of their choices, I stand in the ruins of what was meant to be, a haunting landscape littered with the debris of ambition and pride. Each decision made by that powerful figure resonates like thunder in a desolate sky, a reminder of how the weight of one's arrogance can shatter lives. The echoes of their laughter ring hollow now, a cruel mockery of dreams once nurtured, now extinguished. I am left to sift through the ashes, to confront the consequences of their unchecked desires, a burden I never chose, yet one that clings to me like a second skin. Choices, I have learned, are not mere fleeting moments, they are seeds planted in the soil of our existence, growing into twisted vines that ensnare us. The powerful figure thought themselves untouchable, a puppeteer pulling the strings of fate without a care for the puppets beneath. Every maneuver, every act of domination, set into motion a chain reaction that spiraled into chaos. Their pride blinded them to the fragility of the lives they toyed with, and now, the consequences lay like stones in my path, each one a reminder of the cost of their hubris. In the quiet corners of my mind, despair festers. I wear it like a shroud, heavy and suffocating, yet it whispers truths I cannot ignore. I am not the architect of this ruin, but I am the one left to navigate its treacherous landscape. I confront the reality that I am bound to this legacy of suffering, a consequence of choices made in the name of power. Time reveals its brutal honesty, exposing the layers of deception that once cloaked their actions in righteousness. Justice, it seems, is a slow river, winding its way through the sediment of time, carving out the truth with each passing moment. I reflect on the past with a clarity that stings. Each memory is a dagger, the choices of another echoing painfully in my heart. The absence of their presence is deafening, a void filled only with the weight of what could have been. I find myself standing at the crossroads of isolation and connection, torn between the yearning for companionship and the bitter taste of betrayal. The isolation, once a sanctuary, morphs into a prison of my own making. Here, in this silence, I confront the ghosts of lost opportunities, reminders of what they took from me. Yet, within this solitude, I discover a flicker of strength. The realization dawns that I cannot allow their choices to define my destiny. I am not merely a victim of their ambition, I am a survivor of their folly. The weight of their decisions becomes my crucible, forging a resolve that cannot be broken. The dark corners of my mind, once filled with despair, now serve as a breeding ground for rebellion. I choose to rise from the ashes, to reclaim the power that was stripped from me, to transform this pain into a weapon of my own making. The inevitability of facing consequences hangs heavy in the air, yet I find a strange comfort in this reckoning. It is a reminder that justice does not wear a clock, it unfolds in its own time, revealing the true extent of choices made in the shadows. I will not shy away from this confrontation, I will stand firm, ready to embrace the storm. The haunting presence of their absence fuels my resolve, igniting a fire within, a fire that will not be extinguished until justice has been served. In this dance of consequence, I find purpose. Each scar, each wound, becomes a testament to my strength, reminder that I possess the power to reshape my narrative. The echoes of my past do not haunt me in fear, they guide me like a compass, pointing towards the path of reclamation. I embrace this darkness, not as a shackle, but as an ally, for it is within the shadows that I find my true self. I am no longer just an echo of their choices, I am the storm that rises in response, ready to reclaim what was lost. In the shadows where echoes linger, I find myself at the precipice of acceptance. The darkness that once felt like a suffocating blanket now wraps around me like an old friend, a familiar weight that I have grown to understand. The absence that haunted my every step, that chilling presence, has morphed into a companion of sorts, an uninvited yet undeniable part of my identity. I stand here, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a warden of my own fate, embracing the specter that has shaped my path. This haunting absence, this void left behind by the powerful figure, carries with it a twisted wisdom. It whispers lessons learned through pain and betrayal, teaching me that power is a fickle companion. I have watched as the mighty fall, their arrogance drowning in the very ambitions that once propelled them. Each moment spent in their shadow now reveals the true nature of their influence, an illusion, a mirage that dissipates in the light of truth. I learned to navigate this treacherous terrain, wielding the lessons of loss like a weapon against the wind. The realization strikes like a bolt of lightning. Power is not just about control, it is about understanding the delicate dance of dominance and vulnerability. I have emerged from the depths of despair with a clarity that cuts through the fog. I see the world not as a playground for the powerful, but as a chessboard where every move bears consequences. The absence that once felt like a gaping wound has become a scar, a testament to resilience. I am no longer just a player in this game, I am the architect of my own strategy, crafting moves that shift the balance in my favor. In this embrace of the shadow, I unearth a dark yet profound truth. Loss does not signify the end, but rather the beginning of a new narrative. Each whisper of the past serves as a reminder that every choice has a ripple effect, a chain reaction that shapes the future. I learn to honor the memories, not as burdens, but as stepping stones toward my own evolution. The absence fuels my fire, igniting a passion that drives me forward. I refuse to let the specter of what was consume me. Instead, I harness it, channeling it into a fierce determination to carve my own destiny. Time, the relentless tide, reveals the layers of deception that once cloaked reality. The powerful figure thought themselves invincible, yet I stand here, a living testament to the truth that their choices laid bare. Justice does not rush, it unfolds with deliberate grace, exposing the raw edges of their decisions. I find strength in this revelation, a clarity that cuts through the chaos. The absence of their presence becomes a guide, illuminating the path that leads me toward retribution. As I navigate this landscape of shadows, I uncover layers of power dynamics that once eluded me. I learn that true strength lies not in the absence of pain, but in the ability to rise from it. Each scar, each wound, tells a story of survival, echoing the resilience that courses through my veins. I no longer stand in the shadows of their choices, I step into the light of my own potential. The absence beckons me to confront the darkness, to embrace it fully, and in doing so, I reclaim what was taken from me. In this haunting dance with absence, I find not just survival, but a profound sense of purpose. The specter becomes my muse, guiding my every step as I forge a new path. I rise from the ashes of despair, not as a broken soul, but as a warrior, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. The darkness no longer frightens me, it empowers me. I carry the weight of my past, transformed into a force that propels me forward, a shadow that no longer haunts but inspires. With every heartbeat, I embrace the complexity of my existence, knowing that the specter of absence will forever be a part of my journey. I will not shy away from it. I will let it guide me, shaping me into something more than I ever dreamed possible. The darkness is not my enemy, it is my ally, a reminder that from the depths of despair, I can rise, reclaiming my power and writing my own destiny in defiance of the shadows that once threatened to consume me. Embrace the shadows if you dare. Share this message if you believe that true strength is forged in the depths of despair. Leave a comment about how you've turned your darkest moments into a weapon of resilience. Subscribe for more insights from The Edge, and remember, in the game of power, it's not about avoiding the darkness, it's about mastering it. Your story of survival could inspire someone else to rise.